Hello students, welcome to week one for Comp 565. This is an overview of some basic information we need to know about the capstone. As you know, my name is Dr. Sandra Romo. I've met with all of you already, or most of you, at the February 13th required informational meeting. A lot of this information this week is just going to highlight some things from that meeting to kind of refresh us of some of the requirements for the course. I'm located at the Tyler Plaza campus. You can access me through Suite 200, and my phone number and email address is listed there. Email is the best way to get in touch with me. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I look forward to interacting with you. You should be excited. We're in week one of your final course for the MAC program. This course is the seminal project you will be working on in your master's project. It's probably going to be the most intensive and most time-consuming class you'll have. It's also not going to be structured and function at all like any other class you may have taken within your program. So this week, keep in mind, like I mentioned on February 13th, the reading is more at your leisure. I have highlighted where you should be in some of those chapters for the eBury text, but it's more supplementary. It's nothing that's formally required. I really expect you to be spending a lot of time in your literature each week, getting in there and finding information related to your research topic. As you are moving through some of the course things, make sure you watch the the thesis video and this weekly lecture. At the end of this week, your draft one is due, which is your introduction and purpose statement, as well as your weekly meeting with me if you are on a week 1, 3, and 5 schedule, which we'll see in a second who that's assigned to. Most of you already know that because you reached out with me to schedule your weekly meetings. Do keep in mind, though, I do keep in mind I cannot grade your draft number 1 introduction and purpose statement without getting prior approval of what your topic is. So some of you have already sent me your topics and I've been able to get those approved for you, but those of you that have not, please know that draft 1 won't be graded because I won't be able to, and you won't be able to turn in any other drafts until I receive what your planned topic is. I have to submit that to the dean, so I do need a little brief blurb, like a couple sentences or so, saying my topic is related to this and I plan on pursuing a research proposal because it would be beneficial for this, or I plan on pursuing a rhetorical analysis of this because of whatever it may be. So I do need you to get that into me ASAP. So today's Tuesday. I would ideally need that by Wednesday or Thursday, so you have ample time to prepare your introduction or purpose statement. So keep in mind that assignment cannot be graded if I've not already gotten approval for the topic. So just some important things to remember. We went through all of this on February 13th. Some of this is review for most of you. So keep in mind you need to schedule your bi-weekly meetings with me ASAP. So Justine, Christopher, and Jessica are on the week 1, 3, and 5 schedule. So that we're meeting this week with those 3 students. If I'm meeting with you in week 2, so Jacqueline, Eric, or Matt, you definitely need to get in touch with me ASAP to schedule an appointment to meet with me. Remember, that appointment can be on the phone, it can be a video conference, or it can be in person, whichever you prefer, and as long as our schedules work out, we can schedule that in any of those 3 ways. So there's really no reason why there shouldn't be a way for us to meet with each other. And again, the meetings are going to take as long as they need to take. Typically, the first meeting is a little longer, but it's really just as long as it needs to be for you to get the information you need to get through some of the stuff and see where you're at with that. Remember, meeting with me is a course requirement. It's worth 200 points overall. Your first meeting was February 13th, worth 50 points. And then the other 3 meetings are each worth 50 points each week for a total of 200 points. In addition, your final draft is due on April 23rd, and your capstone is on presentation, which is also required with physical attendance, is on April 24th. Only students that live 4 hours or more from campus are able to attend that virtually. So if you live in Central or Northern California, or you live in any other state, then we Skype you in, so to speak. We have a telepresence classroom setting where you'll come in through our videos on the Cisco telepresence system to present your capstone. You will be presenting your capstone with other students that are at the graduate level within our department, and all department faculty are invited to that, so keep that in mind. Do you know that is required, and that's worth about 15% of your grade as well, in addition to the meetings. So like I said, this course runs significantly different than any other course. It's your last course that is the cumulative effort of all of the work that you've done on your master's degree, and it's required for graduation. So please make times and accommodations at this point to get through it, because this course is not like any other course that you'll take. You'll have a lot of interaction with me, and we'll be working on this pretty closely together. So with that, this week you are working on your purpose statement. I'm not going to spend a lot of time in getting into the purposes of communication research, the types of communication research, or even what the difference is between a research proposal and doing a rhetorical analysis. We covered all of that on the February 13th meeting. So if you have specific questions with that, or for some reason you did not attend and you don't have the Capstone Handbook, which is required to be used each week, you need to get in touch with me ASAP for that. However, your draft one needs to include an introduction and purpose statement. This is your first submission to your project. No, each draft is required to be about 5 to 7 pages, so that way you meet at least the minimum requirement of 30 pages. So an introduction really provides a clear overview of the planned research as well as the major topics and contentions for your research proposal or rhetorical analysis project. At this point, there's not really any differentiation from how you'll do that based off of the type of research you're conducting, because the introduction and purpose statement is pretty universal for each type. So the introduction is going to provide us with a clear and concise overview of the topic, some historical background, some things we need to know about it, and some major contentions. As well as your purpose statement needs to be at the very end of that, and it's usually about 3 sentences or so, sometimes 2, sometimes 4 or 5, just depending on what you need to include. And it's a declarative statement that summarizes the specific topic and goals of a document. It's typically included in the introduction and gives the reader an accurate, concrete understanding of what the document and what the research will cover and what they'll gain from the research itself. So do keep that in mind. As we move through some of the course content, we'll get more in depth in our bi-weekly meetings and talking about how this pertains to your particular topic. But it is important to know that you need to be working on that, and that's due on Sunday. So just to recap, your draft one is due on Sunday. It will be graded only if you've already submitted your topic for approval. So please watch the videos within Blackboard, and if you have any questions, do contact me. I look forward to interacting with you this week, and I pray you all have a great semester. God bless.